Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today I'm here with the review of a new Hourglass product. I bought this from Sephora.com and I believe it is sold now at anywhere you can buy Hourglass cosmetics. This is called the Illume Sheer Color Trio, and it's basically one of those Hourglass palettes that you usually get in powder form, but this is like a cream contour palette. You get a bronzing shade, you have a blush shade, and you do have a beautiful highlighty shade to do your, kind of complexion, complete. I did buy this for $62 and I believe it is only one shade. First of all, the packaging is so sleek, so compact, and I really like it. The shade is called Sunset, and it's one of those packaging that can get really dirty so fast, so it usually bothers me, to be honest, and I'd rather have something that doesn't get that dirty so quick, so it's kind of a bummer, but I can get past of it. You do get a beautiful size mirror inside, as you guys can see. It's really nice size, and the compact itself is really nice to do your makeup. I bought this thinking that it is going to be a really great kind of a dupe or replacement of the Tom Ford trio that they came out with this summer, and that one, I know it's a powder formula, and it is about like over $100, but the blush to me was a little bit too much, and the bronzer was when I saw the swatches online, they were kind of towards like very warm and orange looking. But this is a cream palette, obviously, and it is nothing really close to that, but the price point is definitely less than that, and I don't own as much as product from Hourglass except their foundation primer, which I absolutely love. So I really was intrigued to see and try this one and see how it works, and I usually do not have really good luck with any contour palettes. I really like to contour, but it doesn't look really good on me for some reason. I'd rather have some blush and highlight and some bronzing around my forehead area. It just looks really nice and sun-kissed, but on my cheeks I usually don't have a really good luck with contouring and things like that. So for that reason I did buy this, and I am absolutely happy with the results of this palette. The colors are so creamy in this palette. When you touch them, they are just so creamy. There's no glitter or anything gritty to the feeling when you touch them. They are just so nice, creamy, very smooth. And once you apply them onto your cheeks, they are so blendable. They just mesh together really nice. And I really like that you get most of the blush and the bronzer and a little bit less of the highlight, because these two, you use them more than the highlight, obviously, because I usually use less highlights and I go through my highlights kind of slower than blushes or bronzer. So I actually really like the idea of having less highlight in this palette and having a little bit more of the blush and the bronzer. All of these shades are so glowy and beautiful, and they make you look so healthy and beautiful. I do have them all three on my cheek area, and I did add some around the perimeter of my face, and I am absolutely in love with this palette whatsoever. I think it is just a really nice palette. This is a limited edition, and I thought it's going to be a good addition for summer. I think the shades are so versatile. The highlight shade is actually a really beautiful glow within. It's not like silver glitter, or it's not like too much gold. It's actually so beautiful. It blends with the skin really nice, and the blush is like a really toned down mid-tone peach, a little bit pink in it, and the bronze shade is absolutely beautiful. I am in love with this shade. I honestly wish they would sell these separately, because these products all in one are just so beautiful. They work really well together, and it has a really gorgeous harmony together that I am so happy with the results that I got from these, which I did not expect at all. This is what the highlight shade look like. It's just so versatile, and as you guys can see, it just feels like you have your glow from within. It's not like too gold, or it's not too bronze, it's not too shimmery or anything. It's just so soft, and once I tried to, you see that, once I try to blend it in, it just looks like I have a lot of glow, but it doesn't feel like a lot of shimmer or a lot of glitter or gritty or anything. It's just so smooth and so buttery. The blush shade is just so creamy, and the pigmentation is just insane. As you guys can see, it's just such a beautiful color, and it feels really nice. The website says that these are more of a cream to satin formula, and I totally agree with that. These are not going to be like your kind of a balmy or silicone, you know, kind of texture. They definitely set to a beautiful satin finish, and once they are set, they are not tacky or sticky by any means, and they just feel and, you know, kind of look really beautiful on, you know, wherever you apply these. And last but not least, the bronze shade is just so gorgeous. I am just blown away. Look at that color. It's just the best mid-tone neutral bronzing shade, and you can definitely contour with this. You can use this to bronze up your face, and it just blends into a beautiful, like, glowy bronzer. It's not matte, it's not shimmery, it's not like glittery. They're just so beautiful. I really did not expect, you know, this much of a quality from this palette, although it was very expensive, and I usually did not have any good luck with their ambient lighting blushes or bronzers or highlighters because they're so powdery, and I just do not like something that is too much of a powder, and once you touch the brush with, you know, the product, you know, the powder just gets all over and it's so dusty. So that is why I was never ever a fan of those ambient lighting powders. I know they're so popular and everybody loves them, but to me they're so super dusty and not my favorite. But you know, these are just so beautiful and I absolutely love them. The longevity of them is really nice. They stay, as I mentioned, you know, they're not tacky. You don't have to set them, but if you would like to have more of a kind of an intense contour blush or highlight, you definitely can do that. It's very optional, and since they have like a neutral bronzer, neutral highlight, and the blush, they will definitely, you know, suit a lot of fair to medium skin tone. I'm not sure about, you know, dark and deep skin, if they can get any use of this product. I'm not absolutely sure, but as far as I know, this is the only shade of the palette that they have, and I don't think they will come out with, you know, a deeper palette, but so far it's really nice. The Hourglass recently came with their strobe powders, and those are not like Becca shimmering skin perfectors. You know, they don't have as much as, you know, darker and deeper shades for deeper skin tones. So I think since Hourglass is kind of a UK, you know, really hyped up makeup brand, they usually have more towards fair skin, lighter skin tones, and not that much toward dark skin. But I mean, it can blend really nice into the deeper skin tones, and I can see, you know, some usage out of this palette for them. But I mean, if you are super deep, this is definitely not going to show up, and the highlight is going to be too much of a bright and intense highlight and not really look blended in with the skin. The colors, the pigmentation, the blend, you know, the blending, you know, application is just so nice. They're not too dry, they're not too creamy or wet feeling. They're just something really, you know, nice and wonderful to play with and put on the face. I just love them. I personally think this is gonna be too much for my everyday, but if I want to look, I mean, for videos, or if I want to go out and get glammed up, I think this is just gonna be a beautiful palette. And I don't think I'm gonna reach for this palette as much as, you know, my just normal regular blushes, but for, you know, the obvious reason, this is just a beautiful palette, and I think it's definitely worth the price point. I definitely wish if this was a kind of a permanent palette, you can get this during the sales, because if it was a little bit, you know, less expensive, like in the 48 or 50 range price, I think it was gonna be I mean, like everybody's favorite. But again, for 64, I think it's a little bit too much, and I can see, you know, some people cannot justify the price, but honestly, I think this is just a beautiful palette and I absolutely love it. you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Don't forget to leave your ideas in the comments bar and like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos this week. Thanks so much for watching. As always, I love you, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.